What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Real NBA video. So in today's video, um this is technically my reaction after the Bulls game, my reaction to the Bulls game. This is not scripted or anything. This is just my reaction to like what even occurred to the Bulls game. I was wearing my Zach LaVine City jersey because they were wearing the City jerseys. I was excited. Just got off of my little work shift and I was ready to be excited for the Bulls. And then they lost by 30. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden are just superstars. They're really good. I don't even know. Last night, I was just so sad that I just fell asleep right after the game. And it was also late, but I just went in my room, fell asleep, and now I'm right here. But basically, the Bulls, they were just terrible last night, man. I was getting flashbacks to last year when they would always lose by a lot. Also, I was kind of high, so I didn't know what universe I was on, but so I might have mistaked this team for last year's team. I don't know, just nothing. Never mind. There was just so much wrong last night. Okay, first of all, they were on a back-to-back, but that shouldn't be an excuse because they won by 40 the night before, and LaVine and all the starters and DeRozan barely played in the fourth, but they were well rested, is what I'm trying to say. And so back to back really shouldn't be an excuse. Also, their defense was really terrible. They were facing James Harden, Kyrie, and Durant, so you really can't defend those guys really well to begin with because obviously Kevin Durant is a 7-foot messiah or whatever, just freaking picks his spots and then scores no matter what. Pretty much, you can't really play defense on him. You just gotta try to slow him down as best as you can. But the Bulls really didn't slow him down at all. He was just getting his shots, making them with ease, pretty much. So the Bulls are really missing Javonte Green and Alex Caruso. Also, Derrick Jones Jr. prayers up. He got injured in the first 30 seconds, so he wasn't even there. He would have been a player who probably would have defended Durant a little bit throughout the game. I would assume it was too little for Durant. Same with Lonzo and Durant. Durant's so good, bro. Durant, no wonder he's the leading scorer in the NBA right now. But James Harden, bro. James Harden went off too. He was just making that, the Nets were just making everything, bro. Patty Mills, James Harden, just everyone on the team, bro. Kevin Durant, bro. Everyone was making everything. James Harden was cooking up everyone who tried to defend him. It was crazy. He was hitting his step back threes. And if the Nets keep making their shots like they did today, bro, they might be a championship team. Kyrie, this was his first national televised game since coming back. And he did decent. He was missing some shots at the start and all that stuff. But he still isn't vaccinated. And, obviously, I think the Nets are better than the Bulls. Meaning that I think they would beat the Bulls in a 7-game series. But if Kyrie doesn't get vaccinated, or the Nets don't pay a fine to make him play in New York, then the Bulls might end up winning against them in a 7-game series. I don't know. They still got Durantula and Harden, so I don't know. It would still be tough, obviously. Plus, they would have a part-time Kyrie in Chicago, so that would also make it even more tough to win a 7-game series against the Nets. Yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying is that Kyrie not being vaccinated will definitely be a toll on the Nets and possibly help the Bulls if they do match up against the Nets in the playoffs. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. But basically, the Bulls last night, man, they were just outmatched. They did beat the Nets twice before, but that was without their big three. But now the Nets have their big three, and they manhandled the Bulls. I remember just watching the game just sad. I was just sitting there like, Patty Mills was playing for Australia last night. Bro, it was crazy. And the Bulls offense was just not there. LaVine had a little spurt. LaVine went on a little run by himself. DeRozan hit some mid-ranges. Vooch hits, he was getting some buckets in the post. But everyone else, man, did nothing pretty much on the offensive end. Yeah, everyone was missing their threes. Everyone was missing their shots. Like Levine and DeRozan, they did make some of their shots, but then they also missed a lot of their other shots. And whenever the Bulls went on a run, the Nets just went on a run right back at them, and it was just like hats off to the Nets, man. Like as a Bulls fan, as a Bulls fan, I am here to say that the Nets just outplayed us. They just played better than us, and you know it's a little worrying as a Bulls fan. But then again, they didn't have all their players, and they did lose one of their players 30 seconds in. And I feel like a lot of people are just dismissing losing Derrick Jones Jr. in the first 30 seconds, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize how difficult it could be for a team to, because like this this past week they've been practicing to face up against the Nets with Derrick Jones Jr. Like every single one of their play calls and every single one of their schemes involved Derrick Jones Jr. And then when he got injured, they basically were just like, oh shoot, like we gotta switch up a scheme. We gotta switch up our scheme and put a different player in for Derrick Jones Jr. in his spot. And that player was McKinney, and McKinney was just getting cooked by Durant, left, right, and center. Man, McKinney, he had a tough matchup against Durant, to say the least about it. All I can say is that hopefully we bounce back, because at the end of the day, we lost by 30. It's whatever. It's only one loss. It's only one loss in the column, and hopefully we could get back to the win column Friday against the Warriors. I don't know, because it's the Warriors, but hopefully we can. But that's really going to be all for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.